Hello and welcome to another Minute with Matt. I'm Matt with New Life Church, continuing my series of short Bible studies based on the book of Matthew. Today we're going with Matthew chapter 25, starting with verse 17. Now on the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus, saying to him, "Where do you want us to prepare for you to eat the Passover?" And he said, "Go into the city to a certain man and say to him, 'The teacher says, my time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at your house with my disciples.'" So the disciples did as Jesus had directed them, and they prepared the Passover. I mean, imagine that. This gospel doesn't go into the details of it, but he gave them instructions. You go in the city, you'll find a guy doing this, and just like he said, it all happened. I mean, when I think of what it must have been like to travel with Jesus, it's amazing. Whether they prepared the Passover, when evening had come, he sat down with the 12. This is the Lord's Supper. Now as they were eating, he said, "Assuredly I say to you, one of you will betray me." And they were exceedingly sorrowful, and each of them began to say to him, "Lord, is it I?" I believe that they thought that he was talking about at some point in the future, not that it was happening right then. But they know that everything he said was true. So one of them is going to be a traitor. And they each knew that everyone is capable of that. I don't think I would betray Jesus, but I'm just as capable because I have a sinful nature. So I've always had to question, maybe I wouldn't do what Judas did, but sometimes I do things I know Jesus wouldn't approve of. I'm betraying him that way. Fortunately, when we do sin, we have an advocate with the Father. We can repent and move on. And be forgiven. And he answered and said in verse 23, "He who dipped his hand with me in the dish will betray me." Then he goes on a little bit. "The Son of Man indeed goes just as it is written of him." You know, it was prophesied that Jesus would die. "But woe to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed." It would have been good for that man if he had not been born. Then Judas, who was betraying him, answered and said, "Rabbi, is it I?" He said to him, "You have said it." And as they were eating, Jesus took the bread, blessed and broke it, and gave it to the disciples and said, "Take, eat, this is my body." And he took the cup and gave thanks, and gave it to them, saying, "Drink from it, all of you. For this is my blood of the new covenant, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. But I say to you, I will not drink of this fruit of the vine from now on until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom." You know, when you take communion, you are looking back at the sacrifice that Jesus made for us and looking forward to when he returns. And when they had sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. So what we have here is yet again Jesus shows he was not surprised by anything that happened. He knew he was going to be crucified, but he went through it for us. If you'd like to talk to us more about it, we'd love to hear from you. There's a phone number and email address. You can comment. Just let us. We'd just love to hear from you. So please communicate with us. Until next time, go with God.